Hello everyone, Jobexi here, and welcome. Hello everyone, Jobexi here, and we are getting started with a new experiment of sorts. I am going to be playing 6 games at the same time. That's right, I'm going to be playing Cookie Clicker, and I'm going to be playing, looks like Adventure Capitalist, and Clicker Heroes, Save the Earth, Loot Clicker, and City Clicker. And yeah, we're gonna go from there. Facecam isn't going to really be a thing today, and the reason for that is that I have so much on the screen, as you will see right here. This is my screen. Now, excuse me, at the top left, you're going to see Cookie Clicker, and after that, going from the top down, you're going to see Adventure Capitalist, Clicker Heroes, Save the Earth, Loot Clicker, City Clicker. Now I have to go to Save the Earth really quickly and give it a hard reset because it's been doing things the entire time. And yeah, so we're just going to get straight into the 6 games at one time. And here we go. So my strategy here, look at that. I got a golden cookie. I can click as many times as I like. I get cookie production for 77 seconds. So I could just click this cookie as much as I like. This is the time that I want to buy cursors because my cookie production is at 70, or I think 7%, or 7 times, or something like that, for 77 seconds. Normally, you wouldn't be buying cursors this early, but we have golden cookie. So that's a fantastic thing. We have the golden cookie. Okay, I just want that 10th cursor because as soon as it calms down, it's actually going to get to a point where that's a poor choice. We want cursors to be twice as efficient while we can afford it. We'll buy a grandma as well. I'm still clicking because we are still in golden cookie mode. And while we are in golden cookie mode, you just want to click as many times as you can. Just click as many times as you can. There we go. Okay. So that was a fantastic run. I did not expect us to have a golden cookie right off the bat. But hey, that's fantastic. We're going to close these out. Excuse me. We're going to buy another grandma and another cursor. And we're just going to let this game wait. So we're moving from here. We're going straight into Adventure Capitalist, which is over on this screen. Capitalism is easy. Click the lemon or the progress bar to start. Now, my strategy, you may be asking, Jobexi, how do you intend to play 6 games at the same time? My strategy is to get each game to the point where it's playing itself. That's the general strategy. I'm going to put some music on in the background because now we're getting to the point where the game's going to play itself. So that's what we're doing here. And yep, that's what we're going to do. So I'll get right to Adventure Capitalist in just a moment. I want to see what the cookies are going to do, so we're actually going to head right back over here to the Cookie Clicker. We're going to play Cookie Clicker just a bit longer, and then we're going to go make each game play itself in order. Okay. There we are. Okay, so we have enough. We're actually almost on our way. We're about halfway there towards the making grandmas twice as efficient. I'm just going to buy until we have 5 grandmas. And I would like the 15th cursor over here. So I'm just going to click us up till we can get that 15th cursor. There we go. There's our 15th cursor. Now we're making 11 cookies per second. That can do pretty well on its own. I don't need to really do a whole lot of work to make that work. We're heading over here to Adventure Capitalist. Now, Adventure Capitalist is a bit strange. I have not really spent a whole lot of time playing this game, so I don't really know any of the details on exactly how the game functions. What I did is I quickly went into each of the 6 games and made sure that I could be in a position to, I just made sure that I could be in a position where I knew how to cause the game very quickly to perpetuate itself. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to click on the lemon, and oh look, it gives us $1. So this top bar, that tells us how much money we make when we click the lemon. So we need to click 4 times, and then we could buy another lemonade stand. Now every lemon gives us $2, so I only need to click twice, or 3 times rather, and I have enough to buy the next lemonade stand. Now I need to click twice, and I can buy a lemonade stand. Once, and a lemonade stand. Okay, so you get the deal. It's going to eventually get to the point where every single lemon gives me another lemonade stand. So I could actually just click these a bunch of times. Oh look, I could buy a bunch of lemonade stands. So now I have 10 lemonade stands, making me $10 a piece every time I buy a lemon. So we're going to go down here to newspaper delivery, time to diversify. There's a paper route for you. So now I can click this one, I can click that one. One of the newspaper route, it's a bit slower, but it makes a lot more money. So I'm going to go down here to upgrades. I think no, that's not the one. Managers is the one I want. Cabe Johnson, obviously making fun of Cave Johnson. Cabe Johnson can run my lemonade stand for me for $1,000, and that's not too bad. So we're gonna get to 20 and 5, and there we go. We're at 20 and 5. So for $1,000, we could buy Cabe Johnson, and he's going to run the lemonade stand for me. That's all he does. He just runs the lemonade stand. So now you'll see that number is ticking up in the upper right-hand corner, and yeah, that's all it takes. We're just going to gain money. We're just going to gain money that way. So now essentially the game is playing itself. So I'm going to move on from this game. We're going to go straight to the next one. There we go. This game is called Clicker Heroes. The Angry Potato level 1 is waiting right there. All you need to do is click the Angry Potato, and gives you gold. Now you have to click a bunch of times. There's going to be a lot of clicking here, I'm sure you can imagine. You click a bunch of times and you get a bunch of gold. There you go. Eventually I can hire Sid, the helpful adventurer. Sid is rather helpful. She increases my click damage, but I have 0 DPS. That stands for damage per second, for those of you out there who may be out there that do not play role-playing games or perhaps MMOs. I've unlocked Forest level 2, but I don't need to worry about that quite just yet. We're just going to keep clicking. Okay, now you may be noticing on that 4th screen just below this one, I can play wherever my mouse moves around. It collects resources for me on that other screen. So as long as that game is in the background, I'm collecting resources. So I don't necessarily need it to do it by itself. I would like to get to a point where I have 50 gold. 50 gold would be a good number. We're getting to a point where just a few clicks will kill the baddies on the screen. Looks like 2 clicks now will kill the baddies on the screen, which is not bad. 5 click damage. We can go over here to Forest level 2, and they have quite a bit more excuse me, quite a bit more experience or HP, but they give twice as much gold. So it really depends on how much click work you want to put in until you get to the point where it's basically okay. There you go. So now I can hire a tree beast. Tree beast does damage on his own, so I don't even need to click. Now, because there's so much experience, so much HP on the level 2 folks, I could actually probably make more money. If I go down here, it's going to deal 5 damage per second, and that means I'm going to get 1 gold every 2 seconds, and I don't even need to do anything. So that, I think, is a fantastic way to go. We're going to move on to the next game because this game is now playing itself. Excuse me. So this game is not on the screen. There we go. This game is called Save the Earth. Now, you can hover your mouse over these alien guys, these UFO guys, and they will pop, and then you get experience for that. So you get to increase your level and increase your resources. You can buy soldiers. I'm going to buy 5 soldiers. Now the soldiers increase your resources for you, so that means the game is essentially and effectively from that point playing itself. I don't know what this button does. No. Okay. So now I can afford to buy a bazooka, and a couple more soldiers, and a bazooka, and a couple more soldiers. So it looks like you only unlock the next item not at the price point, rather, but at how many of each you have. You need 5 more. Oh, and now I can't afford it. Okay. So this game is playing itself. That was fast. Also, we apparently have research points. We can go to barracks, and I think this is just stats. Stats, bonuses, stats. I'm not sure. This is... Oh, we have a research tab, too. Basic research. We have 4 research points. We can buy Protein X, double the our resources per second. Sure, let's buy it. Double resources per second. Can we double it again? Let's double it again. Alrighty, what's over here? Advanced research, Gaussian research. All right, we can keep that. Attainments. This is basically just stats. Okay, so this game is playing itself. We should be in a good position here. So I'm going to just move to screen number 5. There we go. Now this game is titled Loot Clicker. Loot Clicker is essentially like a roguelike game where you would send your dudes in, or perhaps a role-playing game where you send your dudes in and you can go and get stuff, but first you have to farm for gold. And that's okay. In most games of this nature, you have to farm for gold. And there's nothing wrong with gold farming, at least I don't think. So we're just going to farm until we get our 28th, and then all of a sudden, pow, we can afford a warrior. Now this warrior is going to be able to kill mobs for us. Now here's the trick. He takes his own cut. He takes a 30% cut, and that's okay. We could buy things as well. We could buy a warrior mouse. We can increase how much the warrior gets. There's loot over here, stats. I mean, I haven't really looked into this game all that much, but now I could buy a mage for 35 gold. The mage takes a 65% cut, but I imagine does more damage, so allows more faster clicks. How much to buy a grunt? 21 gold. I can afford one now. How much to buy an assassin? 50 gold. We're working on that. We can just farm a bit more. There we go. We could buy that assassin now. I'd like to buy one of each, but I don't think that's going to be feasible at some point because some are rather expensive. Looks like I could buy an undead for 66 gold. It has 0 cut. I wonder what the downside is. So we can kill crabs. We can kill rats at this point. We're in good shape. Cultist costs 155, and that's the next cheapest. We're going to actually probably get to there. I could buy things that increase the warrior's click stats. Let's see what achievements we have. Your first gold, you have 1 warrior, 1 mage. Okay, so basically the simple stuff. Don't farm for 30 minutes. Well, I had the thing in the background, obviously, in preparation for the stream, so that's how that happened. Have 100 total damage per second. That's fantastic. Looks like we're in good shape there. Okay, let's go back to kills. Let's see if we can we pick up the cultist? No, we can pick up the cultist. Now we're picking up bats and crabs and rats, and that's pretty fantastic. And cats. Why are we killing cats? I don't know. I mean, I can understand rats and crabs and bats, but cats? Also, why almost rhyming? I don't understand. The knight is going to cost us 250 gold, and it looks like we are there. Did I buy it? No. There we go. We have 1 knight for 250 gold. Also, you may have noticed they are leveling up. And as they level up, they increase on their own. Wow, we are killing sharks and squids. That's pretty fun. Okay, don't kill animals, folks. It's mean. It's not very nice. Alrighty, we could also have an elder. Now, I'd like to farm just a little bit, just till I can afford that elder. We are running at sometimes 3 frames per second, and that's okay. Oh, we are killing insects as well. So it looks like each individual class, I'll say, can kill a different type of creatures. For example, the warrior is killing rats and frogs. The mage is killing crabs and insects. And we don't have an elder, so we don't know what he's killing because he doesn't exist yet. Lizards, apparently, for the grunt. So that's actually a pretty cool thing. I'm losing some of the novelty, perhaps, for myself because I'm playing 6 games at the same time, and it's a little bit hard to keep track of what's going on, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with ambition, yeah? Should be fun indeed. Okay, so we have enough. We can now afford the Elder, and now that we have that, we are just going to move on to our 6th game, and our 6th game, perhaps the most questionable of my choices, is called City Clicker. Now, City Clicker is an interesting idea. It's essentially SimCity. That's basically it. It costs 1 resource, I suppose, to purchase a city times. So I'm going to pretend that I know how to play SimCity. In fact, I do rather know how to play SimCity. I'm going to pretend I know, though. And we're going to build a residential, a commercial, and an industrial. We're going to want to build these a little bit evenly. Not exactly evenly, but we're going to want to build them a little bit evenly. And we're going to make sure that, because the prices do go up, we're going to make sure that what we can do is, excuse me, is appropriate for what we're trying to do. I would like at least 1 income per day, because at this rate we're kind of lacking. I don't really have enough in the treasury to do anything else. Population is rising though, so that's good. I'd like to be able to afford another commercial zone. Many pardons. Oh, okay. So I can see how many of each zone is already built versus how many zones there are. So currently there's only 1 commercial zone built, but there are 4 commercial zones available to have things built on them. Meaning I have far too many commercial zones and not enough of the other zones because the residential and industrial are maxed out. So it looks like the residential zones are, in fact, the ones seeking the most demand right now. So I'll focus on those as well as industrial. And when I make a significant bit of progress here, I'll move on to one of the other games. Okay, so we have residential zones are just filling up essentially as fast as I can build them, which I think is fantastic. But in fact, I can't build them as fast as I might like. So, slight bit of trouble there. Yeah, see, look, as soon as I clicked it, it was built already. So that's just the way that works. 21 will give me another zone, and it's going to be filled up immediately. Industrial, it's going to build up another zone. When I get to a daily income of 2, I'm going to give it a little bit of a break, and we're going to go from there and start basically just farming for money. There we go. Oh, nope, daily income is only 1.92. 1 more residential zone, and that should cut the mustard. Okay, now we're moving away. We're heading back to Cookie Clicker now. Thank you so very much for watching this video. If you like what you see, you can click any of the videos on the screen to be taken to more things like that, or you could always click subscribe to be notified when I produce more excellent content. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the comments. And Riven was like, oh cool, let's play for 2 hours and forget to save, and then the game crashes because it's, you know, an old game. I tell you, there are so many different types of transportation, it's absolutely absurd. Here we go. We've gibbered the ladder. On their own. Wow, we are killing sharks and squids. That's pretty fun. Caution. Really though? I can't even elevator? Well, considering that most of the people in this facility have probably long since okay, facility. Don't click with that stuff. I'm gonna really have time to get unattended. And if you're the only one alive here and you don't know how to steer a ship, then I guess you better start learning pretty fast. How is that? It's interesting because if you're asleep and the move isn't going to work, it doesn't even let you bother choosing the move, which is different in later generations. Oh, that's how that's happening. Alright, well, we can do that.